Griffith University School of Medicine. I'm also the president and founder of the OCI Foundation, an international NGO registered in Nigeria and in Australia. We are the foundation behind the ArOY Youth Health Campaign, which is an initiative for Nigerian youths in the fight against breast and cervical cancers. So we are putting together a series of modules to help prepare Nigerian teachers in senior secondary schools as they prepare for the rollout of the ArOY Youth Health Campaign in the respective states of Nigeria. This particular module looks at breast cancer and what to teach. So we've looked in the previous module on how to teach, when to teach, and who to teach. Now it is about what to teach, because we need the teachers to be sure that they understand what to teach and then they've already known how to deliver them. An outline. So first of all, we're going to look at the teachings, what to teach, the general knowledge on breast cancer, the screenings on breast cancer, risk factors, early symptoms, and the screening preventive practices. So these are the things we're going to be looking at. And then there will be a trial quiz at the end of it all. So this quiz is not designed to see who is the most brilliant. It's designed to make sure that every single teacher understands what's being taught or what this module is about, that she engages or he engages with the module. Now, most of the presentations here have been cited through this link here. So you might not find an in-text citation, but it's already been covered. So what to teach? A few notes here on what to teach. All 45 minutes of the breast cancer teachings must cover every single one of these aspects. So you must find a way as a teacher to include this in the 45 minutes. It's not too much, and you can always refer them to the textbook. So first, you must include information on the general knowledge on breast cancer, on then the screening of breast cancer, the risk factors of breast cancer, symptoms of breast cancer, and preventive practices. If your teaching does not, in that 45 minutes, in the third or fourth week, does not include information on this, it is incomplete. And your students are being shortchanged. They are not learning as much as we want them to learn. So this module is designed to help you make sure you know what to include in that short time. And then, including breast self-examination, you do not have to demonstrate this. You just mention it and then refer them to the textbooks or to our online model videos or to the app if they have the smartphones. Now, specifics on what to teach, general knowledge. So what do you have to cover in general knowledge? For breast cancers, they should know that it can affect every woman with a breast. Simple. All right. So every woman is at risk. It only manifests in those in their 40s, but every woman with breast is at risk. So this is very important for every single Nigerian student to know. It's not only for married women, it's not only for women who have started having sexual intercourse, it's not only for women who have been pregnant in the past or who are currently pregnant. It's not only for women who are menstruating or who are around their menopausal times. It's not only for women who have had breast cancers in the past. It is not only for women with breast cancers in their families. It is for every woman with a breast. Very, very important. And that's for general knowledge. So simple. You can do this in 1 or 2 minutes in your class teaching. Now, on screening, there are different methods. So we need to teach the students that there are different methods for screening them. First is the clinical breast examination, which can be done by a doctor in hospitals. It can be done clinic in hospitals. So it can be done for any woman of any age at any time, by the person's doctor, and usually recommended for those above 20 years. Imaging is another way. It's advisable for those from the age of 40. But if you have a family risk or personal risk, you can start earlier. It can be repeated every 2 years, and it can be done through X-rays, that's mammograms or ultrasounds. The students also need to know about the third screening method, which is the breast self-examination. We've talked about this before. They can be done by the woman on herself and should be done every month. The OCI Savvy Breast app is designed to send reminders to every woman in Nigeria and to get this done. Note that BSc, the steps must not be demonstrated in class. So we do not want the teachers to demonstrate it. This is very, very important. We don't want anyone undressing any lady to teach how to do breast self-examination. You just mention it and refer them to the textbooks and they can practice at their home. We have videos online that they can look in their own privacy. This is not to be demonstrated at any cost or at any time in class, please. Teachers must refer students to the textbooks in their library so every student can look at it, learn what to do, and practice. Now, also to the Survivor Breast mobile phone application. This has already been mentioned for those with mobile smartphones. Now, still on what to teach, the risk factors. So already we've covered the two parts. So it's quite easy. Within 10 minutes, you would have done all of that. Now, the risk factors, early onset of menstruation is a risk factor before the person turns 11. So anyone with early menstruation is at risk. Not necessarily that they will get it, it increases the risk. Cessation of period. So usually after 53 years of age, most people on average will be about 51. But for those who have 53, 55 and longer, the risk is increased. Having more than 4 babies is equally a risk. Using the birth control pill, having someone in the family with breast cancer, like we've already said, it is not automatic that if you have a family member, you have it, but it increases the risk slightly. Lack of physical activity, not breastfeeding, and a few other things. So, the module on breast cancer facts will tell you a lot more. That's why we did that module, so that you learn a lot more. But these are the things to cover in your teaching for the 45 minutes in the week 3 or 4 of breast cancer teaching. Now, that's 3 of the 5 areas to cover. The next one is the early symptoms. So you have to include this in your teaching as well. Ulcer in the nipple can be a manifesting symptom, could be a sign that there is breast cancer. Breast lump or swelling is equally another thing. Lump or swelling in the armpit, nipple discharge from one breast only, skin dimpling on the breast, and some other things. Again, look at the breast cancer facts in that module, or look at the textbook that should be in your library. As a teacher, you need to cover this, put it in your teaching program. Okay, that's very easy. We provided everything you need for this teaching. It should be very easy. Just cover each of these. There's about 35 sections. You can make it 5. That's 25 minutes. Another 10 minutes to round up, another 10 minutes for questions. So that's very simple. So preventive practice is the 5th and last part of breast cancer teachings to be covered. Again, preventive practice, breast self-examination is very important. Again, we've talked about the limitations of this, but we've also talked about the importance of it. We recommend once every month. The Savvy Breast mobile phone application sends reminders to every woman, and everyone we encourage, including you, the teachers, or you, the youth campers watching this, download it now. Tell your girlfriends to download it. Tell your mothers to download it. Tell your sisters, tell your work colleagues, tell your associates, tell your friends, tell your students. Okay? And it should be done about 7 to 10 days after the onset of your period. So not the end of your period. So if your period starts today and runs for 5 days, you should do the BSc 7 days from when it started, which is 2 days from when it stopped if it's a 5-day period. So very important that it is 7 to 10 days from when the period starts, not when it stops. The Savvy Breast app is designed to send you reminders. You customize it, then you don't have to worry about remembering it. It automatically sends you reminders. So techniques, again, there's a video on YouTube and there's also a video on the Savvy Breast app. Just type the OCI Foundation video and you see it. It's also on the app, so you can easily watch it for yourself. And then there's a few controversies on whether BSCs can reduce breast cancer deaths. We don't want to go into that controversy, but we know about the proof that it helps detect early lesions. So it can help find breast lumps, and it also can be part of you being breast aware. It makes you used to your normal breasts, and then you can easily identify the changes. These are very important because it is only the realistic and affordable options for millions of Nigerian women in the fight against breast and cervical cancers. So it's very important. So just add just the 5 things to include in your teaching for the first 45 minutes. Very easy, shouldn't affect you much, and shouldn't disrupt your program. It's only 45 minutes in the new schedule in week 3 and another 45 minutes in week 4. And that's it. And then you do the midterm test and mark the exam and make sure it's added to the curriculum, which we're going to come to in the next module. So it ends here for this particular module. Thank you very much for listening. And join us as we arm our youths. Join us as we arm them young, as we arm all of them, and as we arm them right now. Let's do this, everyone, for our families, for our states, and for our country. Thank you.